Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Let me figure out how to get this off the stage. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? If you could put your city and state in the chat so I know that you can hear me. And we have an exciting presentation today. So first off, last presentation 2 weeks ago, my email software went out and this went out. So we quickly edited it together to get out. That's our apologies. No idea what happened on that tech problem. Was not fine on our end whatsoever. So it is what it is, and we apologize. Can everyone hear me? I want to make sure that everyone can hear me. We should be good. I'm not getting any comments in the chat though. So if you could put the chat in, and then I'm gonna play this video. Some of the other things we have coming up, we'll talk at the end, but we do have the Bonnie Top, July 25th, so along, 11 a.m. This was canceled because we couldn't get them in from Australia. We can get those, so it is in there. So let's play this next one, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. We got a couple videos playing today.
You can do this. So let's go over. Should we get it running just so we can, because it's going to take a while. Hi everyone, I'm Jan, and this is Steph, the Embroidery Queen. And she came up with a project for everything embroidery. It's a seminar that we do in the stores. Oh my God, it's so dang cool that we had to do it together, but I was just so excited about it. And you can do it on your embroidery machine too. No matter what size hoop you got, you can do this. So let's go over, should we get it running just so we can, because it's gonna take a while to get it running?
It's gonna take a while, yeah.
So let's get it running. And
I got a smaller design than this that we're gonna run. So this is gonna take about 18-ish minutes. So let me get my scissors here. So what we are using today, it is a new product from Floriani. It is Perfect Stick Cutaway. This is my absolute favorite for doing anything on garments. So we're gonna just...
Now why compared to Perfect Stick? I'm sorry, I wasn't... Cutaway doesn't let any puckers come around.
And you can use it on any garment. So you don't have to have the sticky tearaway and then still have to put a layer of cutaway with it or something else with it. No, you stick it down to a sweatshirt, and I have it on this sweatshirt here. And I even left it inside of here just so everybody can be like, wait, you did what?
They don't even know what you're doing. Show them what the design looks like.
So here's our Perfect Stick Cutaway. And it's still just nice stuck down to the shirt. And this is pretty dense stitching. So if you want to show this off, let me get this hoop prepared.
Okay. So Cleveland, CLE, they pay big money to wear shirts like this. And so Steph got it, designed it. And then in here, we have Ohio fabric. In here, looks like Cleveland Indians because we're old and don't want to say Guardians yet. This one is the Browns, and this one's the Cavaliers. Oh.
And I've got fabric for everything. And that one has the Ohio State fabric, because the Ohio fabric I use there is the Ohio Shop Hop fabric, and technically we can't sell that until like another day or so from whenever we're filming this, but we'll have it here after August 1st for everybody to have, which it's the cutest Ohio fabric. Like, we can't save this just for Shop Hop. We have to have this all the time that says Ohio, because why wouldn't you want Ohio for like all the time?
To be able to do that, did you see that? So some of you have fabric at home. Some of you have some oddball stuff that you don't need a big piece of fabric to do this. So this is what we're doing. You can do your own letters or do whatever you want to do it. Wait till you see how she did the Grinch. Like I said, it's just so classy and so quick. So back to the... You went a little bit too fast there. You didn't show anybody. Slow down. Okay.
I have Perfect Stick Cutaway in the hoop, and I have my denim stuck to it because I am going to put it on a piece of denim today.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. That wasn't sticky a minute ago. You had to perforate it all the way around.
Yep, I peeled it off.
A little bit slower there, Steph. Okay, so you just take up like a scissors and it starts to perforate. Is that what you like, scissors the best?
Well, there is a perfect scoring tool from OESD. but I will use scissors here and there if I don't have the tool on me, which I don't have the tool on me today.
So that made this
nice and
sticky.
So that's what's in any of the shirts.
So cutaway is needed for anything that is going to be really worn.
Garment related, yes.
Because it can't, especially on shirts, because then when it gets done, it doesn't shrink in. You've seen embroidery done on shirts, and then it goes through the wash, and the embroidery right here is gathery. That's because it's poor quality. So if you wear it, you iron it. Or stick it, because this is new.
Stick it because it's new, which I love the sticky. So I've got a smaller design on here that we're gonna run, and she's talking about the Grinch here. We've got so many other things to talk about. What I'm running here first is the placement line, so I know where to place the fabric. So if you see all the stuff that's laying here, we have the hashtag CLE in a couple of different sizes, and I have it on this shirt. If you take a look at this shirt, you know, that's Cleveland Monsters fabric. How did we get Cleveland Monsters fabric, Jan? So how do we get this cute one over here that I have yet to stitch that also has the Chief Wahoo with the Guardian's helmet on?
For real?
For real. So this fabric, we just took a logo image, sent it to Artspira off our phone, and sent it to our fabric printer. So we have the Brother Printmoda fabric printer, and it will print off fabric just like this. You can print off your school logo, you can print off your business logo, you can print off anything onto this fabric and use it as an applique or use it as
We're going to have to do a video for him on that.
We're going to have to do a whole thing on that.
But one of our gals that is so good to us is into the monsters, and we could not find monster fabric.
Nope.
So all we did was go print off a little piece, had it done in no time at all.
Yep.
So that's pretty doggone cool. Anybody who hasn't done applique, it's going around the CLE, and it's giving you a straight stitch line going around it.
Mm-hmm. And it's just going to let you know where it's going to accept the next bit of applique material, which, speaking of applique material, we have just our regular cotton woven that we've been using. But Jan was saying, like, what about the Grinch here? So this Grinch is a little bit more of a specialized embroidery technique, which I'm going to do that with the hashtag CLE today.
See if he can get that good.
So what you'll see here is you'll see a vinyl behind it, and then you'll see something kind of fuzzy. So what that fuzzy is here are microfiber towels. So you'll see in stores they have those really cute,
here, goes next up.
They have those really cute chenille letters that have like the glitter behind it, and then they have the cute chenille. Well, that's what we're kind of recreating here.
Slow down. So what she did is she went around and did a straight stitch outline, because that's what the design shows for an applique. Mm-hmm. Then it's going to stop, and you're going to put a piece of fabric down, and it's going to stitch the same line around this fabric.
Yep.
So that we will have a cutting line. So the first one is a placement line.
Now we have a cutting line.
Now you have a cutting line.
So that's going to be something about like this, just the inverse. So these are all different colors of microfiber towels that we found. And I'm still working on getting the little bits of fuzz out of them, but surprisingly, they cover really nice and they do really good. So this is such a really cool way of doing things and thinking outside the box on supplies, because who would have thought a microfiber towel would create like these really cool embroideries? I did not. And I saw the technique, I'm like, oh, we have to try this. We have to do this. So
how cool. But it isn't, it washes. We washed it and washed it and washed it, and it washes like a really nice dream. So we checked that out.
This behind here is the sparkle vinyl from OESD, and this is machine washable. It's ironable, so you can iron it with a pressing cloth, and it will give you this nice, like, consistent sparkle. And it's not like, it's not gritty like some glitters are. It's nice and smooth. So you can use this for a lot of different applique types.
So why did you put the glitter back here? For prettiness?
For prettiness.
I hadn't seen that.
For something new.
So you put a square down and you put a square around your embroidery?
I made the line poofy to go around it like that.
Okay. So she just added a square around her embroidery so the vinyl went down first. Then she continued on just exactly what she's doing here.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. Think about them out there. You're going to see them all over the place. There's mama t-shirts.
You see them for back to
Papa.
school.
School
all
names.
over.
Those high school kids that you can't do nothing with, that is a winner because they've got something. I've sent my 16-year-old to school and the principal stopped him and said, "Where'd you get that shirt?" That was fun stuff. He says, "I helped Grandma make it." That was cool.
Oops.
That was good. He can do it himself now, though, so he don't
Well.
need me. All right, so it's going around and doing another straight stitch all the way around it.
Yep. So once this is done with this step, we're going to take it off the machine. We're going to cut right to that stitch line. We're not going to cut into the stitch line, but we're going to cut right up to it. So then whenever it does all the satin stitch to cover it, then the satin stitch will cover any of the, like the little wispy bits from the towel or the fabric that you're using.
Now, this one, while we got time to talk, it's obviously quicker to do it all in one color, but this is original, to do different colors of the team. That's pretty darn cool. So what you're going to do is put a stop at the end of each one of these, of each color.
And when I designed that file, I designed it for that reason. So I have two separate files I designed. One that's the multi-step and one that's just
But
one color
maybe
as
your
you go.
machine does separate them too, and
Yes.
other machines will just so you can program them to just do them all the same color so it doesn't have to stop. That might be something you might want to figure out on your machine, how that does it and what it does. It's pretty doggone cool. We're going through a change right now where we're getting a lot of new machines and new models, and people are trading in machines like crazy. If you've ever thought about getting one with the IQ designer in it and some of these cool features, it might be your time. Simply because you can pick up a pre-loved one, pretty much nothing compared to what they were. So it's really a great time to look into it. Okay, tell us what you're doing, girl.
So I am going around and cutting all of the little steps out for the applique to stitch around all of these letters.
So she's cutting all the way around each one of these. It had a straight stitch on there. Okay, now she's cutting it so the black will come through. Your next step will be putting a satin stitch to go around it and you're all done. Now you can put it right to a sweatshirt. You can put it right to a denim piece of fabric so it goes in a bag. You can make it as an applique, kind of like how she put the vinyl under Grinch. And then I could put it on my grandson's tiny size 2 sweatshirt. That'd be, I gotta make Brandon and Braden one to match.
Yes.
Oh.
Father, son.
Ha. They'd want it to say Michigan. I couldn't let that happen, could I? All right.
Those are fighting words
I'm
in
doing
here.
that. I'm doing that. That'd be really cool. Okay, this microfiber cuts really good.
It does.
No
it's just
rattles.
It's a little fuzzy at times, but it cleans up really easily with that satin stitch.
And a lint roller will take that all off. Now
Yep.
she's using an applique pair of scissors there. So if you are watching her, she's zipping because we know you don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but it's got a ridge, so you can't cut underneath. So when you're cutting around here,
And these are also the curved scissors, so it lets you get down directly onto the hoop and onto the flat bed without compromising the angle of your scissors.
a pair of those are not expensive, and let me tell you, they are
will change
wonderful.
everything.
They're wonderful. They're worth the investment. Well, if you can just get us that far, we can just sew those too. They'll get the idea, and we won't have to hold them up. If there's any questions you have on your embroidery, or you're listening to this and you got a comment, go to the app and put it in there. There's so many people in this community that are willing to help you and would love your ideas. And we need to share it because sometimes you see something like this, holy crap, we're all going nuts with it.
Exactly.
But we're all going, because it's our hometown, obviously.
But if you have software, even if you have the most basic of software, you can do this on your own with with most software programs out there for embroidery designs. A
All
lot
right.
of people sell fonts like this. Some stuff like that is readily available. Other things like that, like this stuff, it's a little bit more custom because we designed it here from a specific font. But you can do a lot of fun things out there now.
All right, it's going around it. It goes around it with a straight stitch one more time just to seal everything down. And then it's gonna go back and do a satin stitch, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna just do the number so you don't have to.
You don't have to wait and see the whole thing because it will take some time. Anything that has a real heavy satin stitch, like these have heavy satin stitches on them just to seal in all of those edges. They do take time, but at the end of the time, you're gonna get something that's super high quality looking. It's gonna look like you bought it in the store. You're not sacrificing, you're only sacrificing time that you can be doing something else in your craft room. You could be sitting over at your sewing machine sewing while this is working, and then by the time it's done, you have a beautiful sweatshirt that you can wear. Well, not right now. It's a little warm to wear a sweatshirt right now.
Not for me.
Well,
I'm always cold. Pretty cool, huh?
but we'll be ready for the sports season.
So
no matter
we'll-
what season it is, you've got all the sports teams
That's
here.
what I liked about this. You could put just the browns up there and do the
You
same
could.
thing.
Yeah, you
But
could.
you won't. You don't get them all. So
It's way more fun to have all the sports teams because then you're ready for any game. that
especially
go
when
to.
you don't need one of. You don't
One
wear
of-
them all the time. That
Exactly.
one will do it for you. Really, 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 really fun stuff. Check out the vinyl that's out there that we're embroidering on. Show them that one more time. The microfiber cloths are really pretty cool.
They are.
They're
They
pretty
do.
neat to be able to do that.
And these were all microfiber.
They all were?
These were all microfiber.
You could never tell.
Yeah.
I thought it was just gorgeous lettering.
Yeah, no, microfiber towels. In the Cleveland sports colors, as close as I could to with the microfiber towels, but just a quick search of microfiber towels. They make pastel ones too. So even if you did want like baby ones, you could do baby pastel ones with the microfiber towels. There's a lot more colors than I was expecting because usually you're getting like orange and yellow in
And
the
you get
hardware
50 of one
section, and you
kind.
get like a stack of them. No, this is way more fun when you have a lot more colors to choose from.
We're getting done here. We have an incredible purse class going on out front right now. And these ladies are making stuff with this foam by Annie's, different patterns. Oh my God. So I'm going to go and get them set up where you could just spend 5 minutes showing them and I could send it out to you. Because what they're creating out there is mind-boggling. So I'm going to go get that thing going.
Get that ready. I'll
And
finish
then
up
you
and
look
show
for
them.
it. It'll probably, by the time we get edited, it might not be as quick as this, but you look for it. Again, look at the app. Check out the app. It's new. It's easy. You can't not look at it every day almost
It's
because
easy to navigate.
yeah, it's easy to navigate.
Lots of videos.
Share what you're doing and ask your questions.
It's a community. It's a sewing community.
Yeah, you're not asking us everything. We're hoping everybody else gets around, like what happens in here.
Yeah.
They're doing this Kimber belt out there today. Oh my God, you just can't believe how gorgeous it is. And now they've got 6 people making them. So we're switching them and putting them on one of the bigger hoops and doing 3 at one time. They can't believe that. So it's just absolutely incredible how much you're going to do.
And you see one person do it, and then like
You have to do
10
it.
other people see it, and you're like, ooh, I want to do that too. Like, I want
fun.
to make that Kimber bell. It's cute.
See what it's finishing?
Finishing the last of the little portion of the hashtag in the middle. Once it gets there, I'll stop it.
So we're almost halfway through, believe it or not. I guess the C and the L don't have as many ins and outs as the number sign does.
The hashtag has a lot
Because
more.
otherwise you couldn't be all the way, almost halfway there, but you are. Okay, the rule is we are always arguing around here about puckers continually. And something I just can't stand is puckering. But if you're unfamiliar with stabilization, you need to get it down. But just remember one thing. If you wear it, you iron it. If you remember that, then you'll have your work come out. And that's
Yep.
true with most things. The only thing you're not ironed because you're using this new stuff. We didn't have this 2 months ago.
No, it's brand new.
Yeah.
And honestly, with using it with so many garments, it is so nice. I have struggled with trying to show people how to hoop sweatshirts in a small hoop like this in like a 6x10 size. I did this for everything embroidery with the one sweatshirt. And I mean, you're going to have some bulk of putting the sweatshirt underneath the foot of the hoop, but after that, it's smooth sailing. It goes through just fine. You don't have to add
sticking it down like that
sticking
makes
it down,
so easy.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to hoop the sweatshirt, which is usually the hardest part. So
isn't that the greatest thing?
This is so much. This turned out really nice. I like that color.
I like the color too. Really, really, really fun. Get sewing, get embroidering, see what you can make for gifts, see what you can make for yourself. Surprise them. But this kind of stuff is shocking. It's just different. So hope you enjoy it. Hope you get sewing. Get on the app. Talk to us.
We'll see you soon for another Everything Embroidery.
Okay, so the app that they're talking about is actually the Sew It Online membership, and what that is we came out with an app that connects you. You can log in on your tablet, you can log in on the desktop, and you can log in everywhere. So that's what it is. We have another session here going on with freestanding lace. I'm going to play now. I just want to repeat some of our announcements we made earlier, and that is that we have July 25th. We're rescheduling the Bondi Top live stream. If you're a member, you have to get the pattern, and the sew along is free. Otherwise, there's a charge. I think it's $47, includes the sew along and the Bondi Top pattern shipped to you. You want to get that now so we can get them and ship them to you in time. We couldn't get them from Australia before. July 25th at 11 a.m. On top of that, we're looking to schedule more sew along. So this is like a live stream. We're actually playing videos that were recorded before. And what we're doing is going to do sew alongs where we sew with you. I think the next one's coming up probably pretty soon, is we're going to do some charity sewing. And that's going to showcase some of the charity sewing that we do in the store. We're going to sew along with you and kind of have some fun. So that's some announcements. I have more to play of the second one over freestanding lace, and we'll be at the end.
I've got Stephanie, the embroider queen, with me. And we just did a seminar in the store and just had so much fun. And what we're doing is embroidered lace. Okay, you got the white one, the pink one, the gray one, whatever color. Can you see that? I just hope you can see this well, because these are so doggone cute. One of my customers comes in and she makes these tiny little ones and puts them in these little bags with the cutest saying ever. Okay, and then she passes them out to healthcare workers. So this is what you get. She comes into the store and she hands me one. She'll hand, give them out to some people that are hurting. It's so sweet that she allowed me to pass it on to all of you, so you could do it also. The signs, the little thing inside says, "When angels sent you need them, as angels always do. They come unseen from everywhere to help and comfort you." So they're just really, really special, however you want to pass them out.
And she's made thousands of these. Thousands. So we have the large ones, and then we have the tiny ones. Whether you want to use the large ones to give away, or if you want to use them as Christmas ornaments or something to that effect, there are so many different things that you can do with these that it's just a nice little, like, we're looking out for you sort of gift.
That's right. Put it in your cards, whatever. Okay, now let's talk about how you're setting up, and you go on, because we're going to do one right here while we're talking, and then we can talk over it. So you go first.
So these little lace angels, these take like 6 minutes to stitch out individually, but whenever our customer does them, she hoops the entire largest hoop for this machine, which is 10 5/8 by 16, which is massive. I have a 5x7 hoop here today because we don't need to do that many. I'm really only going to stitch one, but what I do want you guys to see is I have a 5x7 frame display on here. I can go with my copy tool, and I can immediately place a bunch in the hoop all at once with my little endless border tool. Like I said, I'm not going to copy that many of them to the hoop today. I'm just going to do just the one. But if you're going to do a production out of these, you don't just want to stitch out one. You want to stitch out multiple so you have them. So what I've got is some water-soluble stabilizer in the hoop, and I just have one layer. And if you're going to do this, you want to make sure that your top and bottom thread is going to match, because these angels, since they are lace, you are really making lace with embroidery thread. They are double-sided. You will see both sides. So this is the water soluble that we have from Zunt Designs. They are a Swiss embroidery company. You've got Urban and you've got Tracy. Tracy's actually from Australia. And this is their premier water soluble stabilizer.
We'll explain a little bit more about this in a minute. Let's get it started. And then I really want to go over how they're putting more in a hoop. So some of you are saying, she did that too fast, so we're going to show you
We're going to do this
everybody
again.
can do it on your own machine. So we'll go over that in a minute. Let her get started. Oh, I guess that's it to get started. Ton of work, huh?
Yeah, I know. All this work here. Best part is all you need is just some water and a towel to make sure that this washes out really effectively. The water soluble stabilizer works so quick to dissolve, especially one layer. If you're going to do multiple in a hooping, you probably want to add 2 layers of stabilizer just to be on the safe side.
Or you get this stabilizer.
Yes.
So we've been through all this. We've done lace for years, okay? That's not anything new. These designs are just incredibly gorgeous. These are OESD designs that we have made that are incredibly gorgeous also. You can see them. Oh, I just broke it. Okay. So
this is all lace too.
this is Tracy's from Zunt Embroidery. I want you to look them up online. They come to Cleveland at least once a year and do seminars for us. There's nobody that does embroidery quite like them.
No.
And you know, even though you know everything and we've done everything, quite honestly, we pretty much have, this stuff can blow your mind. So this is it's just a higher quality wash away thread or wash away stabilizer. It is not solving.
No.
Do not use solving. It has to have some fibers to it.
Yes.
So this is the nicest that there is, and you can always call a store, come on in and see us. But take a look. Yeah.
Like this is all done within the hoop, and it's tacked down to the fabric that's underneath. And she's done this all in different sections.
Now how are we going to show that? This way?
I don't know, but look at this.
Now notice there's not a pucker on this thing. You gotta convince yourself to use good stuff, but isn't that thing incredible? She has a full line of thread that's metallic, but it's not true metallic, it glistens.
Yes.
Instead of, so you get the shininess. I don't think you can see it through here, but it's really, 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 really awesome. So the lace I wanted you to see.
And
Go ahead.
there's tons of it. So there's all different sections in this
Open it
book.
up further.
But look at these little sections of lace.
Oh.
We can't even go to the craft store or the hobby store and find lace like this anymore. You can't find trims, and to be able to do it at home is wild. And look at this gorgeous lace.
So
That at
you're
the edge
doing
of a
this
dress.
exactly the same way we're making our angels. Wow. Zunt Embroidery is Tracy and Urban, and they, when I will go to conventions or go to seminars or whatever, and you walk around and see everything that's new, isn't that gorgeous? I have this made. You walk by, when I first walked by their booth, my mouth just dropped. That's how gorgeous that thing is. The thing Stephanie just had, you do in pie shape, and it makes a bowl. Or it can make it flat. You just do these, and then zigzag them together, and then it can be a centerpiece.
And there's multiple different colors in here of this lace at once. Like there's one back here that's all metallic. Like who would think to do metallic lace like this? That's gorgeous.
I wish I would have worn my right pants today. I have it where I took a oval of it. Maybe it's in here. And I put them on the bottom of my jeans and cut them out. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
If you could only see it.
The metallic is so pretty in person.
And if you go to Zunt's website, and we carry the patterns here and get them for you and everything, But
And these are thick. Like, look at how thick these are. And it's all thread. Like, there's no fabric added to any of these.
so the heat wash away, or excuse me, the wash away is all we're using, and we only use one layer. Even if we put 12 angels in one hooping, one layer does it. Now part of that is because we use a 70 weight thread. That's another whole story. If you belong to Sew It Online, I want to find my jeans. If you belong to Sew It Online, I've done a whole thread seminar to be able to teach you the differences. Look at that.
Ooh, look at the other ones though with the colors. Ooh.
Cool. Just cool. Okay, 70 weight thread. Your normal embroidery weight thread is 40. We go to 50 for everyday sewing thread. And then you go to 60 for anything that might be a tiny design. The 60 and 70 is thin, so it's the thinnest that there is out there. So the numbers go opposite of anything you want. The higher the number, the lighter the weight for thread. Have you ever done embroidery lettering and they just didn't show up as sharp, crisp lettering? This is it.
You need this.
You need
What's
it.
nice about this thread, this is their Nobel, which is their lace making thread, and it is actually a matte finish. What's also nice about any of these Zunt threads, they come with like a sticky, it only sticks to itself, like a little wrapper for the thread.
Like that, whatever we have out front.
Yeah, it's
How cool
great.
is it?
So this, you can just wrap back on your thread once it's done, and your thread's not getting squirrely everywhere on you.
Put some thought to that they did. Okay, we're ready to go. It's
Yep.
finished.
It's finished.
All done. And that's what's finished to be able to make your little angel. So we just did the little one because we just wanted you to see, and we did it. So here's your white thread.
We've
And
even
you're
done
finished.
earrings.
You're finished. Oh, I know you made those earrings.
I made a
All
ton of
sorts.
earrings.
Now, so the lace work's pretty doggone incredible, and no one will believe in a million hours that you did it. So it's that cool stuff. So what needle are we going to use?
These are brand new gold top stitch needles. These are from Schmetz. The gold ones have been around for a little bit, but I learned about them a handful of months back, and we got them in the store to use them all the time. This is for increased wear protection for quilting, embellishing, top stitching with specialty, metal, or multiple threads. Or if you're doing just a lot of like volume work, like lace takes a lot of time. These angels, if you're just doing a single angel, these are 18 minutes of stitch time, and that's just a lot of stitch time with just thread on just stabilizer. So those gold needles are really, really nice, and especially if you are going to use kind of like the hybrid, like metallic but not metallic threads, or if you're going to use the really heavyweight threads, those top stitch needles are really going to help you get the nicest finish.
So some of you might be getting a little bit older like me, and you can't see no more. And if you aren't lucky enough to have the wonderful needle threader on them, do consider giving these to Grandma, because the eye of the needle is 5 times larger than regular. And so that's why it can house the threads going so fast, and why it can use the heavier threads also. There's times that I'll put 5 different colors of thread through one needle. So I get a variegated of my own making, okay? But top stitching needles need to go to anyone that's having trouble threading that needle, unless, of course, they have a wonderful needle threader. In my
Correct.
opinion, if you don't have the wonderful needle threader, you should call me and buy a machine. But all joking aside, Grandma's machine works fine. These will make a big difference. I've gotten people who are in their 80s who quit sewing because of this, and I got them back sewing. So it's really, really, really important. Now, what do you want to do? Do you want to put them in together?
We can
So-
add more.
We want to make sure you know. All we're going to do now is take this out and put it in water. I left it in overnight. How long do you say?
I did it in front of them earlier for everything embroidery, and that was literally gone in like seconds.
Yeah.
It dissolves so quickly the higher the quality water soluble, the quicker it's going to dissolve. And these dissolve so quick that you run them under a little bit of clean water. You can either press them, or if you want to iron them, you can with a pressing cloth. I did have a lady tell me that she puts all of her lace in between 2 layers of plastic canvas to keep it nice and flat, because that's always the hard part. You don't want them to get kind of like weird and crinkly on you. You want them to be nice and pretty, especially whenever you're going to give them out. You want them to be nice and crisp. So like these are a little bit stiffer. So we have all of the instructions. We have the little sentiment that you can add with it.
The wording.
The
that
wording.
we used. Uline online. It's a company called Uline is where we got these little bags.
Yep.
Just so you know. And I will also tell you that Judy, who makes these by the thousands, told me to tell everybody that you put the paper in and then you use tweezers to put the angel in and then grab it and pull it out. And it made all the difference. So I'm quite sure when you're doing 1,000 of these at a time, and I bet she does 5,000 a year, she knows how to do it the right way. So
And
she wanted those hints down for you.
And these bags come in like 1,000 pack.
Yeah, for you here around the store, I think I'll buy the 1,000 pack and then let you
just
come
kinda
in and
use
get
them,
it
yeah.
50 at a time. Just like I had to do with the microfiber towels you got involved in
last
month to be able to do. We had to buy I don't know if you saw the lettering. Did you do that in this
We
year?
did that. Yeah, we did that on a video this year.
Months ago?
A couple months ago.
Okay, we had to do you had to buy every color.
Well, yeah.
They were cheap though.
We got all the colors now,
I had to have
so.
all the colors, and it was like $1 or 60 cents per. So we bought them, and then everybody took the colors they wanted. It kind of worked out really, really good. Okay, so we want to make sure that you know how to put extra designs. So Stephanie, if they have it on their USB stick. So we're gonna pretend I'm not using the Baby Lock top of the line machine, okay, which we've got buttons to do all this for you. We're gonna pretend we have a older machine or a 6x10 or whatever.
I'm just going to zoom in so it's easier to see.
Okay.
So
Anyway.
say you have a 5x7 hoop or you have a 6x10. Even if you have a 4x4, you can still do multiples in a 4x4. Each of them have the capability to add. So you can, I'm going to move this up to kind of like the edge of my hoop. Now with this machine, I do have a duplicate. A lot of them don't have duplicates. So if you have a duplicate button, you can just duplicate and move it so it's pretty close, but not touching, and go from there. If you don't have a machine that's going to do that.
You get it. You can put them on.
We got lots.
You get it. It's that easy with the right machine. So if you have that, then join Sew It online, and there's classes on this, so you learn this type of a function on your machine. Okay, but anybody think of the add button.
Yep. So let me, I'm going to get rid of a couple of these here. So we would go to add, we would go to either the pocket or the USB symbol, which I would have to go in to find the USB symbol on the smaller machines. I'm going to go ahead and go to my, whoop, not that one. Not that one, come on, where'd it go? There's it. My Lace Angel folder, and then I'm going to click on my Lace Angel and hit set. And then we can, there again, move it wherever. Now I changed the color on this. You can change the color to whatever you want them to be. I know since it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we were doing pink things. We've got some other designs for Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well. One of our gals, she printed off the entire cancer awareness ribbon color chart. So if you don't want to use it for the specific color, you can change that design. There's a little ribbon design that I did too, that you can add these. You can even add them on top of the large angels if you wished. So you can actually still stitch on top of these if you wanted to.
Okay, wait a minute. So I didn't catch that at first either. What she's saying is this is part of her design that you will get
Yep.
in this.
Yeah, you'll get about a 1-inch size awareness ribbon that you can stitch on whatever that you want. It doesn't have to go on anything specific, but you can stitch them onto the angels themselves if you wish.
So that's why you could change the color.
Yep, to
for
whichever
whatever that person
is going through.
So you just put that and line it right on up, basically on the top part of her dress, where the pinafore would be. So you can do that too. That's what this sheet is all about, that you'll be able to download. This is a nice thing to have anyways, because around here, you always hear of somebody, and I never realized there were all these
There's
different
so
color
many different
ribbons.
colors for everything.
And how awesome that when you find someone's got thyroid cancer, that
You've got those
responding
colors
with
to...
what it is. So that's pretty cool. Of course, that's what we can do because we sew and we embroider and we have so much fun. Okay, so we want you to be able to fill your whole hoop and get 12 or 14 or whatever inside on your hoop. So important to combine, because then you're doing all the pink. I don't think that we're making this clear. Put a few more, move them around. What this is going to do is we're going to color sort it so it does all the pink. We aren't going to stop between every angel. That'd take us too long. We want to go eat dinner and let this thing run. So she's got 6 on this, just good enough. So now when she goes to embroidery on my machine, I can just tell it not to stop after each one. Okay? So check out your machine, what you're capable of doing. It's only a 1-color design. So what are they, 6 minutes, did you say? Yeah.
Yep, 6 minutes
6
apiece.
minutes. But you don't want to be there every 6 minutes pushing it again.
Nope.
Check that part on your machine. All I have to do is go to the thread spool, and guess what?
It'll do all of them at once and not stop.
Get it? Just saved you a lot of time, and you can go do something else or sit and
You got
sew
34 minutes.
There's times that we go down, or I go down in the sewing room and push button and have it start working while I go upstairs and take a shower. You know, that's just the coolest thing to be able to do, I think, and that's what we're doing. Okay, so before I go on any further, Zunt does have a 70 weight thread here that is very, very fine, but it enables you to get this type of a feel in the embroidery. So they have a white spool, which is all 6 colors in white. What's it called, Noel?
Nobel.
And then here's your pastels.
And the glaze end is like the shimmery stuff.
The glazon. Ooh!
And this is also 70 weight. But it's like super, super shiny.
You can't see it. So
You
if you've
cannot
ever
see
done-
this shine.
You ever done a stippling on the back of a design or a fill or whatever, especially in the snowman scenes, and you use that white, it just glistens. It's so darn pretty. It's really, really, really pretty. Okay, let's talk about the other designs you got.
So we were on theme with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We did a sew club for that as well. So I figured since I was doing embroidery designs, and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are kind of at the end of the month, so it is kind of Halloween time, you know.
Oh, it worked.
So I have
She's
cute little
crazy.
key
I
fob
told you.
design.
It's crazy.
So this has the little E in the middle of check with the little breast cancer awareness ribbon, and you've got your little ghost and your bee. You gotta check your boobies.
Check here. Did you catch that? Did you catch it? Check your
Your
boobies. If
You gotta
wanna
have
know
fun.
how many people have cracked up over that?
They have had a lot of fun, and it's also touched them because we've had some of our guests with breast cancer or currently going through it, and they appreciate that kind of stuff.
Just something silly. This was embroidered on vinyl. Did you have any had a hassle embroidering on the vinyl?
I did not. Those top stitch needles.
There you go. That's what I wanted her to say.
Top stitch needles.
Needles makes all the difference.
It does.
This is the sign right here. The
The awareness ribbon.
that we have added to some of the bigger laces.
Yes.
So that's the size of what you can add on it. Okay, now this one's worse.
This, I just took one of like the Kimberbell zipper pouches. These are already made. They already have the zipper. All you have to do is sew them together. This one, for lack of a better term, I made boobs.
You what?
I made boobs. So the little black outlines are indeed little.
Ha, I think people will get laughed at those boobs.
Well, everybody can find their own set here.
Okay.
But it has little hearts. It has the awareness ribbon.
It's still pretty.
It's,
and
you know,
cute.
it's kind of, you kind of got to look at it to know what it is, and you kind of got to be a little up close for it. But once you see it, you're going to laugh.
And smile about it.
And that's what people want. They don't want the whole, they don't want to be depressed about it. They want at least a little bit of levity. And if you can brighten someone's day just because of something stupid like that, that's all they're going to ask for.
Lace is pretty darn cool in embroidery. Like I said, no one will believe you made it. We've made bridal pouches. So like a little purse with a zipper in it with the lace all down on the bottom. And that's it. But a little tiny thing like this, that's $125, $150 if you're buying that at a bridal shop and you want to do them for everybody in the wedding party. Watch out. But on here, it's going to cost you nothing. But a spool or two of thread.
Even lace Christmas ornaments. How much are lace Christmas ornaments in stores?
They're so pretty though on the
Yeah,
tree.
they're so pretty, but they're expensive. These we can do ourselves.
Yeah.
And they're all one color, especially if you do them in a white or like a really pretty ivory or a silver.
Do the glisten because even on the tree with the
They're
lights
gonna glisten.
on there, it's really, really, really pretty. Okay, did we forget anything?
I think we're good. We'll see you back for the next Everything Embroidery.
And you got any questions? You can message us.
Yep.
If you have any suggestions, message us. We will be going live pretty soon here.
Okay, my mic is unmuted. Okay, Bailey wants to say hi. She just got a haircut. Say hi to everybody. Okay, so a few things. We will go in and we have to make that design. I'm going to put in all the formats. So if you have brother and baby, that could be PES. If it's Janome, it's going to have to be Jeff. And I'm going to put that file in all the formats for you. I'll put it on the membership site, but I'll also email it out to everybody that's not members so everyone can do this. It'll be there. When she's in there and she's talking about the app, that means the membership site, because the membership site, we got an app that we developed. That's what she's meaning by that. The membership site is $197, includes access to about 400 videos, all of our courses and videos. So it's worth checking out. On there, it's $197 or I think $29 a month. It might be cheaper. Check that out. You definitely save money if you go with the yearly one. Besides that, our next live stream, I do not have the topic yet. We will plan it. That will be July 10th, 3 o'clock Thursday. We're going to keep going bi-weekly. Then I know we're going to do the charity sew along, and then the Bondi Top reschedule is coming. So that is July 25th on a repeat. Bondi Top sew along. I think the pattern's like $21 or something. It's $47 to join the sew along. And then we have, we're going to do a free charity sew along and other things coming up. So check those out in our emails for those links. It's going to be fun. We're trying to find things where we can sew with you. And if you hop us on, maybe we sew, maybe I play some more videos from the membership on here, but we want to go through that. I'll email out the link to the Bondi Top pattern, Elizabeth, and me and Michelle are working on all sorts of content. We're working on filming. We're filming all sorts of things on there. So it's a lot to put this all together, and thank God for Michelle, because she keeps everything organized for me and keeps our inspiration happening. So that's what to expect next. I want to thank everyone for hopping on live. We'll send out that email with the link and the link to the pattern and everything this weekend. And, anyone that has any ideas or requests for these videos, let us know. Otherwise, expect us every 2 weeks, Thursday at 3. I think that's working for everybody. And we'll keep coming up with some fun sew-alongs and projects and things like that. Be sure to check out the membership. And thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. Bailey, say bye.